Hello friends, good morning. I am Hanan. Let us discuss about in psychology, learning and teaching. That is today's topic is socio-cultural theory. Socio-cultural theory. Let us understand socio-cultural theory through the psychology. Let us understand. Socio-cultural theory throws light on the contribution of society and culture on the development of individual. According to this theory, society plays the dominant role in shaping and developing individual. In the society, child will be under the influence of parents, teacher, friends, and other people of the neighborhood. Due to the continuous interaction with the society and culture, the child learns a lot. Similarly, the socio-cultural values and beliefs also influence on the development of the personality of the child. Socio-cultural theory focuses on not only how adults and peers influence individual learning, but also on how cultural beliefs and attitudes impacts on learning. For example, if the culture teaches children to play with toys, they play with the toy if it encourages them to play outdoors. They play outdoors. If a culture encourages talking, they will they will learn to do so. If culture requires children to learn to manage us at the same time, they will learn both. So that is socio-cultural theory. So this socio-cultural theory, our best psychologist Vygotsky, he has discussed on the socio-cultural theory. The Vygotsky socio-cultural theory of human learning describes learning as a social process. The origin of human intelligence is the society and culture. What is said that human learning describes the learning as a social process, and the origin of human intelligence is society and culture. The major theme of Vygotsky is theoretical framework that social interaction plays the fundamental role in the development of cognition. That is mainly focus on the social interaction. It plays the fundamental role in the development of cognition. Vygotsky believed that everything is learned on two levels. Vygotsky believes that everything what we have learned, that everything is learned in two levels. First, interaction with others, and second, interaction with our own experiences to consolidate them. Every function in the child's cultural development appears twice, first on the social level and later on the individual level. First on the social level, second on the individual level. First between people, that is interpsychological, and then inside the child, that is intrapsychological. This applies equally to volunteer attention, to logical memory, and to the information of concepts. All the higher functions originate as a actual relationships between the individuals. Other aspects of Vygotsky theory is an idea that the potential for the cognitive development is limited to a zone proximal development, that is ZPD, zone proximal development. Let us understand the zone proximal development. Zone proximal development is the difference between what a learner can do without help and what he can do with help. So that is the main focus on the zone proximal development. It is an area of learning that occurs when a person is assisted by a teacher or peer. The person cannot complete without the assistance of the teacher. The role of education is to give the children the experiences that are within their ZPD, thereby encouraging and advancing their individual learning. So we have understand. So what is this zone proximal development? There will be the three layers. First one is children will learn without help of others. Second level, children with help of others. children cannot learn with help of others. So that is the three stages. The zone proximal development is the stage between children learn without help of others and children cannot learn with help of others. In this between is the zone proximal development. Next we have going to understand. So this is the socio-cultural theory of Vygotsky. Let us understand the educational implications of socio-cultural theory. First one is construction of knowledge. How the children will construct the knowledge. We know that knowledge is not transferable. It needs learning. We cannot transfer the learning, but it needs the learning. Acquiring the knowledge is an individual ability. What we have studied, what we have learned is the individual ability. It is not on the others dependent level. It is the individual ability. Therefore, the teacher should help the students to construct the knowledge of the students. Second one is the learning needs mediation. So learning will needs the media to learn. Teachers and other people interact and communicate with the child's use of tools of learning to clarify the doubts of the students, to solve the problems of learning and facilitate the learning of process. So this is the second implication of socio-cultural theory. Third one is language development. We should learn the language is very essential. It should be basic for the learning. Child needs the language to contact, interact or communicate and learn from the society. Therefore, the teacher should help the child for the language development, thereby the encourage learning among the children. Fourth one is two levels of learning. According to this theory, socio-cultural theory, there are two levels of learning in the children. Social level and is personal level. I said that social level is from the society and personal level is the own personal learning. Social level says that an individual learns through interaction in the society. Personal level says that learning are reflected throughout his life personally. Social context. Fifth implication is social context. Learning takes place in social context. Teacher should provide the proper social environment. We should provide social environment to the children for learning. In social context will be takes place, which is very necessary for the learning takes place. If a person does not to get the proper social environment, he does lack of the cognition does not occur. Taking help of peer. We should take the help of the peers or inclusive students of this learning. We should take the help of who learned are highly gifted. From them we should learn. Children can also learn a great deal from peers. So teachers can foster this process by pairing less skilled children with more knowledgeable classmates. So teachers should pair highly knowledgeable students with slow learner in the environment or in the classroom. Seventh one is zone proximal development. In the beginning itself, I said that zone proximal development, it is the process children will learn with the help of others. By identifying the ZPD of the students for a particular task and by providing educational opportunities which are related to the ZPD of the students. Means that we should provide any activity, it should be learned with the help of others. Teachers should help the students for proper learning. Eighth implication is process of learning. We know that learning is a process. It should be a continuous process. According to this theory, learning occurs through interaction, communication, negotiation, cooperation and collaboration between the child and society. So this is the process of learning. So we have studied in this class socio-cultural theory of Vygotsky and the educational implications of socio-cultural theory. Thank you for watching this video.